At exactly 2:41 p.m., radar operators across the Middle East noticed something unusual. Not explosions, not chaos, just movement. Signals appearing where there had been silence moments before. In modern warfare, this is how tension begins quietly, invisibly, long before the world realizes history might be turning. When warships, missile systems, and regional powers all shift posture at the same time, it doesn't feel dramatic. It feels heavy. And on that afternoon, the weight was unmistakable. At the center of this moment was the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, one of the most powerful aircraft carriers on the planet. A floating city of steel, technology, and controlled violence, the Eisenhower doesn't simply sail through waters. It changes them. Wherever it operates, strategic calculations are rewritten. Allies feel reassured. Adversaries feel watched. Every movement it makes is intentional, because nothing about an American Carrier Strike Group is accidental. By early 2024, the Middle East was already a region stretched to its limits. The war in Gaza had rippled outward, igniting pressure points that had been dormant for years. U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria faced repeated attacks. Commercial shipping in the Red Sea was under threat. Iranian-backed groups were becoming bolder, more coordinated, more confident. The region wasn't waiting for a spark. It was already smoldering. Iran's strategy in moments like this is rarely direct. Instead of open confrontation, it relies on distance, deniability, and proxies. Militias, armed groups, and allied forces operate across the region, applying pressure without triggering outright war. This allows Tehran to push boundaries while avoiding the consequences of a direct clash with the United States. It's a calculated game, one refined over decades. Contrary to popular belief, the United States does not rush to public retaliation. Loud responses create rigid narratives. They remove flexibility. Instead, U.S. strategy favors delayed, precise actions that don't require press conferences or dramatic announcements. Cyber operations, intelligence disruption, quiet strikes against capabilities rather than symbols. The goal isn't spectacle, it's control. This is why claims of bases destroyed or sites eliminated often misunderstand modern conflict. A military installation doesn't need to be flattened to be neutralized. Disable its radar, cut its communications, force its crews to disperse. Silence can be more effective than rubble. In many cases, the absence of activity afterward is the real indicator that something worked. When systems go quiet, it doesn't mean nothing happened. It often means something happened so effectively that there is nothing left to announce. Launch platforms disappear. Command networks go dark. Activity ceases, not because of peace, but because continuing would invite consequences no one wants to face. The Eisenhower's role in all of this is not aggression. It is deterrence. Carrier strike groups exist to make escalation unattractive. They represent capability, readiness, and resolve, all without firing a shot. But deterrence is fragile. It depends entirely on belief. Belief that the response will come. Belief that it will be overwhelming. And belief that it will be unavoidable. Despite its rhetoric, Iran does not seek full-scale war with the United States. What it seeks is leverage, influence, a stronger position at the negotiating table. Every intercepted missile, every tense standoff, every moment of uncertainty adds to that leverage. Its pressure applied slowly, persistently, and just below the threshold of open war. The most dangerous part of moments like these isn't the technology or the weapons. It's misinterpretation. One side believing the other has crossed a line that was never intended. History is full of wars born not from intention, but from misunderstanding. In a region saturated with arms and suspicion, mistakes travel faster than diplomacy. What makes this moment matter is not what officially happened, but what almost did. No declarations were made. No dramatic announcements followed, but boundaries were tested. Responses were measured. And for now, both sides stepped back. At 2:41 p.m., Nothing ended, but something was decided. The balance held. For the moment. And in today's Middle East, for the moment, may be the most honest ending anyone can hope for.